Okay, for our reading lesson today, before we start, I want to go over these three words again that you should be able to read them without having to sound them out. So first we're going to go over the word see, because we're talking about senses this week in our reading. So see is S-E-E, okay? And then if you want to hear it in a sentence, you can hear this.
I see the blue water.
And so she said, I see the blue water. S-E-E-C. The next word is we. We spell it W-E. A sentence could be, we are going to the pumpkin patch. Okay, W-E, we. And then the last word we're going to do is the word the. T-H-E, the. The dog ran fast. Okay, so the. All right. Now, we're going to go over, before we do our story, we're going to go over our words, our vocabulary words that we need to know to help us with our story. So this first vocabulary word, you see a picture of a boy looking up and he's smiling, and this means to explore, okay? Explore means to look carefully at new information or places. So if you go somewhere you've never been before, and you might be excited because you get to look around at everything that you've never seen, or if you're given something to look at, maybe a book or a movie or something like that. Okay, so explore means to look at it carefully at new information or places. The next word is the word feast. Okay, a feast is a big meal eaten at a party or festival. Okay, sometimes at Thanksgiving we have a Thanksgiving feast to celebrate Thanksgiving. There are other times that you may have a feast with your family. Okay, so a feast is a big meal eaten at a party or a festival. And the last one, this is for the word senses. Okay, there are 5 senses: seeing with our eyes, hearing with our ears, smelling with our nose, touching with our hands and our fingers, and tasting. And so in this picture, this boy looks like he is tasting this peanut butter he's putting on the bread. So that's the sense that he's using in this picture. But the word senses are seeing, hearing, smelling, touching, and tasting. Alright, now we're going to go to our story. Okay, and listen carefully as it reads, because you'll need to know some of this information to answer your questions. So here we go.
A feast of the senses. How can your senses help you prepare a feast? The kitchen is one of the most popular rooms in any home. This is because the smells, sights, and sounds from a kitchen tell us that we are about to eat. In many cultures, people celebrate special events with a feast. It can take days to prepare all the food. Many people start learning to cook at a young age. They use all 5 of their senses, smell, touch, sight, hearing, and taste, to become good cooks. Learning to cook takes some practice. Get ready for a feast of the senses. Which sense do you think we will use first? When you cook, your sense of smell is very important. Good cooks smell different spices, such as pepper and cinnamon, to figure out what flavors go together best. Your sense of smell and touch tell you when food is fresh. When you shop for a fruit or vegetable, you smell it and feel it to make sure that it is ripe. For instance, if a lime is too hard, it is not ripe enough. If it is very soft, it is probably too ripe. If it smells fresh and feels firm, you will want to buy it. Your sense of touch tells you when food is ready to be put in the oven. As you can see, a woman is making bread for the feast. As she works the dough with her hands, it feels tough and lumpy at first. Then, after she kneads it more, it feels soft and smooth. Her sense of touch tells her that the bread is ready to bake.
Sizzle! Fresh onions are poured into a hot frying pan. Blub, blub, blub. A pot of soup simmers on the stove. Ding! The oven timer goes off. Cooks are always using their sense of hearing. Different sounds tell them what is happening to the food as it cooks. The sounds of cooking also tell cooks when to begin the next step in the recipe. When the sizzle of the onions turns into a soft hiss, the onions are cooked. Sight is another helpful sense in the kitchen. Raw onions are white or yellow, while cooked onions are clear. Sight is also very helpful to bakers. For example, when a baker looks in the oven, she can see that the dough has risen and turned brown. The bread is finished baking. Your 5 senses give you information about your cooking all the time. All you have to do is pay attention. Now it's time for the sense you have probably been waiting for. Taste. After all, eating is all about enjoying the taste of food, right? Here's a special secret about cooking. When you prepare a feast, you get to taste the meal along the way. Cooks use their sense of taste to test the flavors of the foods as they cook. That way, they can add more spices, cook a dish for a bit longer, or make other changes to the recipe. Finally, it's time for the feast to begin. The guests are hungry. They are eager to explore all the different kinds of food. If the cooks used all of their senses well in the kitchen, everyone will be happy.
Okay, so that is our story. So if you need to go back and watch it, you can. But it should help you with your activity today. All right. So hopefully, once again, I will see you at 10:25 for writing. If it's not working, then I will let you know, and I will upload another video for you to watch.